everybody, and welcome back once again to Let's Play Motorsport Manager with the Phoenix Knights Racing Team. Yes indeed, here we are once again. This time it's Guildford. It's the British Grand Prix. Here we are ready to go. We finished off the last session right at the race weekend. We did all the pre-race stuff on camera for a change. Let's see if we can continue the form, because in the last race we were at Cape Town where we finished 4th and 6th, which was a surprisingly positive result. 18 laps, low fuel burn but very high tyre wear. See you in qualifying. So a dry practice, we set our best times on the harder compound. It matters not. What matters is the car is set up and ready to rock and roll. Bright sunshine. Is there such a thing in these here parts? There are sunny days, but they are few and far between. Right, okay, so what we're going to do, qualifying trim and super overtake mode for Alessandro Cruz. Is super soft tyres and qualifying trim for Nikolai Surikov. Can Surikov continue his form from the last race, finally getting the better of his new teammate? Let's find out. It's going to be dry for the entire session, so we shall simulate and see how they do. Seventh and 11th. Not bad at all. Cruz making super overtake work. 6th and 11th. Is he going to get one more lap in? He did. Surikov hasn't improved, and with the use of super overtake mode, Alessandro Cruz setting a 1 minute 9.8, 8/10 of a second slower than the fastest time. This is a particularly pleasing qualifying result, it must be said. Well done, Alessandro Cruz. Surikov is going to have to battle to get through the mire of Windsor and Catano cars. Well, let's hope he can do that. Right, we need to hope that Alessandro Cruz does not muck this up. This is the highest he's qualified, I believe. Super soft tyres, race trim. Super soft tyres and race trim. 18 laps, which means it's 6 lap stints. The tyres are going to be touch and go. They do 7 to 9 laps, which means that they probably do 6 laps at a push, but we're going to have to at least be a little bit cautious with them at some point during the stint. But I think we can get them done. The temperature is average, so there shouldn't be too many overheating issues either. So I think this is the race tyre to be on. 3 stints of this. Maybe if we struggle, we can do the final stint on the soft. Extend our final stint a little bit, but we're going to try and do 3 super soft runs. Cruz is the higher of the two, so he's going to actually short fuel and do 5 laps in the first stint. So he'll do a 5, 6, 7. Which means he might have to use the softs. Or should he do 6, 6 and 6? What should we do with him? Should we give him the optimum strategy, which I think will be 6, 6 and 6? I think we'll try that. I think we'll try 6, 6 and 6 with him. So 7 laps of fuel. Coming laps, do 6. And with Surikov we'll do 5, 6 and 7. Give him the short first stint in traffic, get him out some clear air, try and leapfrog a couple of cars. Could be the order of the day. So for Surikov, he's going to use super softs, but he's going to do a 5 laps first stint, pass a few cars hopefully, make it count. So knowledge is done, setups are done, strategy is done. Link stripping, we're good to go. Fingers crossed for another good race. Becker qualifies on pole. Steinman currently second in the Constructors. They are the reigning champions, I believe, and they've run it for the past 2 seasons. So they're going to have to just book their ideas up slightly, as Scuderia Rossini are taking taking the fight right to them as Balcazar qualifies in second, Fisher in third, and Parsani in fourth. And then we get the old situation with the Panther fifth and sixth. No, we don't, because there's a break in the trend. Panther fifth. Phoenix Knights in sixth, splitting the Panthers. Harry Chapman having some very bad form. De Graaf is in eighth. Ninth is De Wolf. 10th is Lipponen, and disappointing qualifying for Surikov. Hoping that we can push him up through some strategy, through some good driving in the race itself. We're going to focus on Cruz here. No pressure though. No pressure, Cruz. He's off to a flyer. He's off to a flipping flyer. Look at that. He got blocked off by one of the Scuderia Rossinis, but overall he got off to a great start. But his momentum was checked. Surikov, it looks like he's making some forward movements, but he's in a right mire of traffic here. He's in a right mire of traffic. He's not getting the right positioning. He's losing out positions due to the fact that he's penned in. He's penned in and he's not doing well in the traffic here at all. He had the pace, but couldn't make use of it. Right, we're going to switch to Cruz because he's up into fifth and he is absolutely all over the back of the Scuderia Rossinis and the Steimans. And look at De Graaf. He's currently on the podium position. Alrighty, a hectic first lap, but Cruz is where he was on the qualifying grid, and fuel is good, tyre temps are good. I think we'll just have to turn him down. That's good. Okay, I'm worried for Cruz here. Let's have a look at the Surikov, sorry. He's passing. I think he's beginning to make some forward moves here. He's beginning to make some forward moves, I think. I hope. He's coming in early, don't forget, so he should be able to make it work. And the Cruz is passing De Graaf here. He's trying to get past the Kitano of De Graaf. That's going to turn this down to medium, which means we're going to fall back. But I just think we could do with not going too crazy. What am I doing? No, high on the engine. There we go. High and turn the tyres down, but keep the engine on high for now. As Cruz coming round. I'll have to do 4 more laps after this one. I'll take a look at the fuel gauge and see how we're looking. Not bad. Just get into a rhythm. Just get into a nice rhythm. What we have to worry about also here is Surikov. Is somebody's suspension? Yeah, his Surikov suspension is 53%. We just recently made these suspensions. Risking using it, we may have to change it in the pits if it's not going to last. Where is he? 14th. 3 laps to go. Alright. Just going to cool these tyres off for a lap and then we're going to go back on again on the push. A nice gap to De Oster here is beginning to form. Gives us a nice cushion. But we could really do with getting past De Graaf here, and Surikov can certainly do with getting into the points, if at all possible. Going to now turn him up to push. So 3 laps, and we're just going to turn him up. Turn him up. Plenty of tyre life. Track temperatures are not too worrying. And when they turn their cars down, we turn ours up and we can just begin to claw back some time. Just begin to claw back some time. Right, Surikov. He's got 1 lap to do after this. 1 lap. We're going to give him the full mashings now. The full juice. He's going to have to make it count. If he does have to change his suspension, that's going to cost him even more time. So he has to really put that foot pedal to the metal as he comes into the bits. He's going to do a 6-lap second stint. So 7 laps of fuel, new tyres, pit strategy. We'll change the suspension in the next stop. If we need to, of course. He's flying. Look at Cruz's form guide here. Look at Cruz's form guide. Going to give him a quick breather until we get round and cross that line. Parts are looking fine. His suspension isn't marvellous either, so we just have to be careful. And it looks like De Graaf is actually past Parsani here. Here we go. Now we're going to turn him up. Oh, Surikov, he's out of fuel. He's out of fuel. We've absolutely mistimed this. Only just out of fuel at the last minute, though. Jesus. Got to be careful with crews, haven't we? That we don't do the same thing. Right, we'll just give him a little bit of pushing on this outlap. Okay, we're all over the back of Parsani here. Let's turn it down. All on, we've passed Parsani. We've passed Cruise 8 hanging about. Better pit him, eh? Better pit him. 6 laps. Go, 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 go. He's in to the pits. No mistakes, please. No mistakes. I'm not even going to watch. I'm not even going to watch. Can't afford any mistakes. And there are no mistakes. There are no mistakes. It's all looking good. I'm just going to turn down those temperatures. Yellow flag in sector 1. And he's coming out right at the back of the pack, which is not ideal. Lipponen has crashed, which is good for us. Goodbye, Windsor. No hard feelings, of course. As Cruz floors it. Give him some extra life. Several of the cars ahead of us will be pitting this lap. We can make a nice little leapfrog. The gap back to Surikov is fairly large. Although he has got Sylvander behind him on a harder compound tyre, so that's a good sign. And he's just got past Parsani as Cruz just eking past. Turning down the tyres now. I don't want to waste them. Don't want to waste them. We are still behind De Graaf though. Surikov in 12th position. Oh, it looks like we've just dropped his position to We have dropped a position to Parsani, which is to be expected. They do have a faster car here. Back up into where we were, which is 6th position. And Cruz, Surikov is up into 9th position. He's into the points, which is good stuff. Battling with Sylvander. Sylvander's just got past him there. It's De Graaf we need to focus on. We need to get past De Graaf. I mean, De Wolf is really down in 15th position, getting no points for Kitano. That's good, but we're getting outscored by De Graaf. We need Parsani to pass De Graaf as well to limit that points differential. Cruz can afford to really put the hammer down in terms of the engine mode. He's got 3 laps to go, and he's got loads of excess fuel there. 65% to do 3 laps. I think we can start pushing in the next lap. We certainly can push that engine with both cars, because we've got nice excess fuel. Yeah, the suspension is going to have to be changed in the next stop here. He's going to do 2 more laps. The suspension should last for 2 laps, so there's no problem there. The gap now coming down, 1.9 seconds. We're gaining on De Graaf, and De Graaf is our target man. He is the man that we need to beat. And Cruz is on a 9.9 form. He's having the drive of his life here. The drive of his life. Just going to turn it down for a lap. And they're now just going to turn up the temperature of those tyres for the last couple of laps. This is his in lap. So attack, attack, attack. Just be wary, of course, of the fuel this time. Final stint is going to be a 7-lap stint. and that means that we're going to really struggle to make them last. So we're going to actually go for the soft tyre. We also have to fix that. 9-second stop. As long as he just picks up a point, even a lone point will be better than nothing. So we're going to try our best with him. When he comes out of that stop, going to have him put the pedal to the metal and just see what he can do. Got a 5-second gap to D'Oster, so we should be okay. Coming round now with Cruz. Look, he's right on the back here. He's right on the back of De Graaf, and he's got full life now to sprint to his pit stop. 7 laps. Come on, Cruz, you can do it. Don't worry, you just leave the tyre temperatures to us. We are managing it perfectly for you. We're coming into the pits at the same time as well, so this is going to be touch and go. Literally, touch and go. The drivers are neck and neck on the track. They're going to be pitting at the same time, so the pressure will be on the pit crews. Here we go. Here we go. We're coming round, and we're in the pit. We're in the pit. The crews do their stuff. Who's going to get out first? Who's crews faster? It's nip and tuck. It was pretty much 50-50 there. Both crews at the same time, really. Right. There's Surikov. He seems to have slipped further back down the field. Points finish is going to be difficult from there, but we're in traffic now, which is a little bit awkward, slowing us down. If you wouldn't awfully mind getting the flipping hell out of our way, thank you very much. You are blocking us off, you are slowing us down, we're not in a race with you. We have Balcazar behind us, gaining like a train. And we're losing position. We're losing time to De Wolf. We can't get past. We're going to have to give him extra juice to get past here. Get out of the way, man! Come on! You stupid imbecile. There's about another 2 or 3 people left to pit here, so look at the speed difference between Cruz and Balcazar. Just let them past. No point in racing them. Surikov currently in 12th. Points finish is going to be mightily difficult for him. We're now up into 6th. Everybody ahead of us has pitted. This is our bona fide position. Surikov is up into the points with Gonzalez has to pit as well, so technically speaking he'll go up into 9th position with that. So he's looking relatively good for Surikov. Could be a 9th place finish. He does have De Wolf behind him, just has to keep De Wolf at bay, that's all we ask. Our suspension is beginning to rattle. 28%. 3 laps to do after this. And somebody's smoking. Somebody's smoking. It's Becker. It's the Steinman. It looks like he's got massive problems. We move up into 5th position. Surikov is up into 9th. Just keep De Wolf behind you. Keep pushing. Keep going. De Graaf is 4 seconds ahead of us. He's ahead of Balcazar. He's just too quick. Don't want to take any chances with this suspension now. We've done a little bit of saving. There's 2 laps after this. There's plenty of fuel in the car. Right, we're going to go for this. We're going to go for it. No mercy. Surikov is up into 8th place. Don't worry about your parts. I've got an eye on them. And everything's fine. You just focus on doing what you can to close this gap. 3.1, 3.0. It's not coming down anywhere near quick enough. 3.1. The gap is just not coming down. But I mean, 5th position is not to be turned down. The only drawback, of course, is that De Graaf has got 3rd. We could do with Balcazar getting past him. Look at this. We're down to 2.8. Surikov is in a bit of no man's land, really. Too far away from 7th, and he's got a nice cushion to 9th. Down to 2.4. Another lap, we might have done something here. We're definitely bringing that gap down, but not quick enough. As we cross the line, Cruz in 5th place. Surikov, despite his trials and tribulations, fixing parts, a bad start, he still manages to pop it into 8th. Not a bad day in the office. However, Kitano has scored more points than us. Despite the fact that we've had a relatively decent finish, 5th and 8th, Kitano has still gone better. 3rd and 9th. They have outscored us, I think. It's a weird situation because I'm happy with the. You would normally be happy with the 5th and 8th finish. It's a decent finish. We've finished ahead of one of the Steinmans. We've finished ahead of both the Panthers with Cruz. It's a good strong performance. It's just not strong enough because the Kitano has gone two better. What you got to do around here to get a break? Right, Kitano scored 15 points. And 2 is 17. We've scored 14, so they've outscored us by 3 points. Of course, we've pulled further away from Windsor. We're way clear now. But we are 18 points behind Kitano. It's close. It's definitely showing progress. We got off to a bad start this season. We had a couple of crashes and some bad starts, which are still continuing, to be honest with you, the bad starts. But ultimately, we are in a much better position than we were last season. Last season, we really slipped behind Kitano, and we finished a fair few points behind them. This season, we're keeping pace with them. We're well ahead of Windsor, so this is definite progress. Definite progress. I'm happy. I'm happy. If I'm happy, Potter's happy. So good drive for Cruz. Not so good drive for Surikov, but still an 8th position finish despite his issues. We'll take that, certainly. Another 1.8 million up in flames. And the Asia Pacific Cup, but no sign of the European Racing Series, so we shall have to keep an eye on Valdez another time. As we head into the interview room, they ask us, the front wing apparently is holding us back. Well, actually I agree, it is. It is awful. Team marketability decreases. Can it get any lower? And the pit crew, no mistakes. A little bit slower than our fastest time, but ultimately I'm happy with that. We'll take that, certainly. Right, we're going to have to do a bit of managing. Although, yeah, tyres 13, not acceptable. Tyres 20 there. So we'll do a bit of manual management before the next race. And of course, I'll do all the pre-race stuff. But this marks the end of Motorsport Manager for a couple of weeks, as we take a brief break in the season, and we shall resume on the weekend of the F1 Australian Grand Prix. I might even do a stream to celebrate the start of the new season. We can discuss some Formula 1, have some fun, do 3 or 4 races, and hopefully continue the good run of form. So until then, See you soon.